So sad. It's just crushingly sad. But in the end, we decided we had an obligation to do it because it's also true. It just happened. 13 American servicemen were killed yesterday in a bombing outside the Kabul airport. One of those servicemen was a U.S. Marine called Kareem Nakui. This video from Afghanistan could be the last taken of him before his death.
Say hi to the camera. Say hi. Hey. We friends? We friends? 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 Yeah? Friends. Friends.
His father is Steve Nakui, and he joins us tonight. Mr. Nakui, I appreciate your coming on, and our hearts break for you, and I mean that. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Tucker.
It's hard even to know what to ask you other than to extend our sincere, for real, heartfelt sympathies. But how are you doing 24 hours later?
Well, I'm going on about 36 hours, I believe, that I've been up, and I'm still in shock. The family is devastated, and his mother, who's an excellent mom, is doing the best that she can, considering the circumstances.
Yeah. So the reason that we wanted to talk to you, I just to remind everyone of you watching, and people already know this, but that these are real people serving our country and dying because they've been asked to put their lives at risk. So were you concerned? Your boy is over there in the final days of our occupation. Were you worried for him?
Oh, yeah, definitely. He had voiced some worry, too, to the family earlier prior to him going. And looked at the way that the Taliban had, pretty much infiltrated the whole country so fast, and we were just kind of, it seemed, left to just this one little airport, really concerned me. And the videos that we were getting and the pictures that we were getting from him looked somewhat chaotic. But we got the video that you had just played, and we got other ones where he was really interacting with, the locals, and was kind of in awe in his approach to his difficult job. So just, that video that you saw and his pictures and how he was handling it really put us at ease to where we felt like, he's all right.
What's so bitter about this is how chaotic it was. And, if this had been handled from Bagram Air Base, which the U.S. controlled for 20 years, it seems like this wouldn't have happened. Is that your view?
Well, yeah, I mean, these are, of course, my views, and has nothing to do with his view as a Marine and, the loyalty that he has there. I've never served. But yes, my view is that from what I saw of the airport that they were in, it looked like a turkey shoot. Basically, it's funneled into like a single file type entry point at which, if you have any sort of chaos of any sort, they would all gather to that one funneled area, which they would all be susceptible, and I think that's exactly what happened. It was just basically so chaotic and not really planned out. Now, I'm a carpenter, and even I could spot that with my untrained military eye.
Yeah, it did seem pretty obvious. Have you heard from the Marine Corps, the political leadership in this country since your son's death?
Yeah, they have been incredible. So, basically what had happened was, how I found out is I was glued to the TV all day yesterday because, I had woken up and I wasn't feeling well, and I just felt like something was wrong. My wife felt that there was something wrong. And, as we go downstairs, we realized that this had happened, and now, we're like, well, there's some, legitimacy to how we're feeling. And so I'm glued to the TV all day. I have my and I see, it says 3 wounded, and 3 killed, then 10 killed, then 12, then 13, and so many Afghans. And I'm trying to find out what time this actually took place so I can reference when he was working to get some sort of insight. Then they said that the president was going to talk, you know, I believe at 1 o'clock. So I felt like, you know, maybe from that speech I'd be able to get whether or not all the families had been contacted, or if they still have to been contacted, because previously I had seen that, you know, the prior administration would normally contact people like first, like the actual president of the United States. So I had some sort of sense like, hey, okay, maybe that would happen. So then that's not happening, and things are still transpiring to be, you know, a little more grave. And I start Googling, well, how long does it take for the military to, you know, inform its next of kin? And I somehow from the internet gathered about 8 hours. And this is about after he had talked, because after he had talked, he had said that, you know, I believe he had said that, no, they're still going to be contacted. Or I think maybe the commentator said, well, there'll be some knock on the doors tonight. So at that time, I didn't know if there was going to be a knock on the door or a call. So about after his speech that he did, I then got my phone and put my phone down by the television. Now I had the cable on that had the 4 different networks on my cable. So I had Fox News, BBC, CNN, and something else, which, you know, I was just, the reason I had that is because I was able to see, you know, the optics of the 4 channels and, you know, pick where I wanted to get my information from. Well, I also started to think, well, you know, they're going to might have possibly come here. So what I had done was I got my phone that has the camera at the front porch, and I put that down. So if anyone was to walk up, I'd be able to rush outside and intercept them, because I didn't want, if something happened to my son, that these Marines, nothing against them, were to tell my family. I felt like, you know, that was my responsibility.
Yeah.
So I finally realized, you know, they're not going to come at 3 o'clock. They're going to come between 5 and 10 when everybody's home from work. So then I realized, you know, okay, well, you know, 5 to 10. If I can make it between 5 to 10, even if I haven't heard from him, I know that, you know, he's all right. And he just doesn't have a way to contact me, because they either shut down the internet or shut down cell service or whatever. And 7:15, I see something in the corner of my eye on my phone, and 3 people are walking up my driveway. And my other son, his brother, had gone to a football game and had 2 of his friends. So I was hoping that, you know, it was him. And as soon as I saw them turn the corner and saw it was 3 Marine suits, my life changed forever. And I went down there and met them, and I think I did before they even knocked on the door. And all I kept saying, and this goes to the point that you're asking, did any service, you know, come and address to us? Yes. And they were incredible. These young men had so much empathy and were so concerned with me and my family, who luckily my family wasn't there. It was just me at the time. And I thank God, you know, I thank Jesus that happened, that I was able to intercept them. And all I kept telling them, they were literally there for like 5 minutes. I was all, you know, let's sign whatever papers we have to sign now, but you have to leave, because I have to take care of my family, and I don't want someone to come here while you're here. And they were totally understanding. And then it dawned on me that, yes, maybe I don't need the condolences from them, but I don't want to take that opportunity from my other family members, my wife, my son. So I asked them, look, they're at a football game for the high school, watching a football game. Can you please wait down the street until they come? And then I could see if they want you to come and do your condolences presentation. Those boys sat out there for 4 hours. For 4 hours they sat out there until they came, until my wife came, which it was not good, and I could not have them come to the house. It was horrible. Like I said, I've been up for about 36 hours, but I was in awe and just humbled by by their performance.
I appreciate, Steve, you're telling us that.